Hello and welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program with me, Matthias Weiss. And today I'm doing, as you can probably already see, another interstellar mission. I will not, and I just want to make it clear, I will not stop making my Moonbase series. But when I checked the spacecraft exchange on the forums lately, I saw that somebody, I think the username was bancika or something like that, came up with a very nice and really interesting thing about my Pollux II mission. He made it with my Pollux II craft to Joule, and he landed my lander on Laythe. But yeah, as the original design was not meant to go that far, he ran out of fuel and is now stuck there. But that brought me to the idea, hey, okay, now let's modify it and get to Joule. So we have everything prepared here, and yeah, this is my modified Pollux Mk, and we are already ready to start our prograde burn towards Joule. Yeah, what I modified is actually the big thing at the end is just the last booster stage I had. I didn't detach it. No, I brought up 2 tankers and refilled it in space to give me, yeah, the necessary extra fuel to get us with the modified lander, which I will explain later, into Joule's sphere of influence. And I also added these nice range extenders for the main craft to get it to compensate the heavier mass of the lander. Okay, so we are ready to burn, and I will, because this is a very strong rocket and we don't want to wobble it completely out of control, I will leave it burning at 33%, so nothing breaks apart. You can already see it's starting to wobble. But right now this is something which is totally controllable. Yeah, we have 2-minute burn here in this stage, and this should at full thrust, of course. And I think that should be enough to leave Kerbin's sphere of influence and get us on a course to Joule. And as always, I want to detach the stage before it totally runs out of fuel, so we can deorbit it later. So I will probably leave a little bit of fuel inside. Okay, slowly getting there. Yeah, I can take my time and yeah, let's just while we're burning, talk a little bit about the modified lander design. This is actually the same lander design which I used for my Duna landing, but I made some adjustments. I added... oh, hold on. 1 second. Yeah, I just edited it. Added some small engines here for the last suicide burn before touchdown. I already tested the lander with cheats. I cheated it to achieve a 100 kilometer orbit around Laythe, and made a successful landing and also got back into orbit, a 100 kilometer orbit, but with only tiny amounts of fuel, but that's alright. So we have these 4 engines here, which are only used for the suicide burn before touchdown. Touchdown speed with this lander is about 4.5 meters per second, if everything works correctly, which is a rather rough landing, but yeah, it's no problem at all. Okay. Slowly getting there. Yeah, and as in the original design, the bottom part of the lander will stay on the surface of Laythe, and the upper part with these 4 additional engines will then try to get back into orbit. And not only try, they do get back into orbit. Okay, let's see how we are doing here. Okay, still have a little bit of fuel here. As I said, this booster stage is just to get out of sphere of influence, or at least try to get out of sphere of influence. It won't work completely, I think, but yeah, should be no problem. Okay. Oh, Apoapsis is almost halfway to the moon. With, yeah, 3/4 of a big tank and 3/4 of a small tank left. So we should definitely get farther than Minmus, and that would be more than enough for the first boost. We should be past lunar orbit right now. Yes, we are. Okay. And throttle back. Oh, yeah, there we go. So, now it's time to detach the stage, because we wanted to get back to Kerbin. We don't want to take it with us. So now, with our main spacecraft, we make a full burn for Joule. So, let's see. Oh yeah, that should work. And yeah, now we can take full advantage of our very, very fuel efficient nuclear engines. We have to get all the way out there. So let's hope that everything goes according to plan. 20-bit pointed prograde. This requires a really long burn. I'm curious if this will work as intended. I have not tried it before, so this is a first time mission. I just tried the lander in atmospheric flight and landing and getting back into orbit of Laythe, but I have not been to the Julian system at all until now. Okay, Apoapsis is almost reaching Duna, the orbit of Duna. We have so much more way to burn. Let's see, we have 2 fuel, and yeah. Actually, we are, at the moment, we are using our range extenders, as it should be. And we still have the main fuel tanks and these 2 big fuel tanks, so we have plenty of fuel at this stage. It's 6,000 meters per second delta V or something like that, a little bit more. Still left. Yeah, 6, if you can trust. The stage 4 is around 2,000, and then another 4,800, so almost 7,000 meters delta V. Yeah, this is a very long burn. But hopefully it will get us to our destination. I have really no idea how hard it is to get catched by Joule's sphere of influence. Okay. Now we're passing the orbit of Duna. Yeah, our crew is for this flight is Gurley Cameron, Donald Kerman and Henry Kerman. I have no idea where I left Jab, Bob and Bill. Probably on one of my stations or on one of my modules, I don't know. Maybe they are orbiting somewhere. Who knows? Current thrust to weight ratio is 0.91, which is very low, but we still have a mass of 120 tons. Range extenders are still more than 3/4 full. Of course, our lander is also full with fuel. Okay, let's see where we are. Just past Duna. Yeah, this is a slow burn. Really slow burn. So yeah, as it will be all the same, I will make a cut here, otherwise you will watch me burn for another 20 minutes, probably. So I make a cut here and I will switch back in once I have a Joule encounter. Hello and welcome back. Yeah, the total burn time which I needed to get myself on a course to Joule was about 35 minutes. Yes, correct. I needed 35 minutes to get an encounter with Jewel. So, now we are halfway there, or a little bit more than halfway, and it's time to change our to make another maneuver to get to a better orbit, because we have a little inclination here between Kerbin and Jewel, so we have to burn about 55 meters still, or 1 minute burn in total, to get us, yeah, to a periapse of 170,000 meters. We will then, at like 10 days before we have our final count, before we switch sphere of influence, make another small course correction to get us directly to 120 kilometer orbit around Jewel. We do that to use aero braking. Okay. So this is looking good. This is looking very, very good. Okay, so it's time for a quick save here. And yeah, we can kill this maneuver node. And let's try, no. Oh, you know what? Let's just wait until we switch sphere of influence. Let's warp there. Because, yeah, here, so far outside Kerbin system, in the Kerbin system, the floating numbers error might mess up our approach and we might crash into Jewel, so let's see if we can avoid that. Should have still enough time to adjust our orbit after we enter the sphere of influence. Even at maximum time warp, this takes a really long time. We are out here, we have 30 minutes of fuel left. That should be enough to get home, because we will be much lighter. According to a calculation I made, I need, yeah, we'll need around 3,000 or something like that to get home. Maybe a little bit more. But yeah, we will use aero braking for everything, for Laythe and Jewel, to save as much fuel as possible. We don't want to get stranded outside here, because help is, yeah, a year away, basically. Or not. Oh yeah, it is a year. It's more than a year. Oh my god, more than a year flight time for these 5 brave Kerbals. We have 3 here in our, and another 2 for the lander crew, which are here in our crew compartment. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Okay, let's see, we're almost at apoapsis. And we'll be soon falling back to Jewel. just catching up on us. So let's see what we can do here. Come on. Yeah, there should be one more time warp button. That would be perfect. Right now it looks like we are crashing directly into Joule, which is a little bit... Oh, it's a board here. Let's check that. Can adjust the periapse a little bit. 7 million kilometers, 4 million kilometers. There we go. So, will be a very small maneuver only, which is necessary to make sure we don't crash into the surface of Joule. Only 1.7 meters per second to burn. Okay, we're getting close here. And yep, here we are. So let's face the maneuver node. Really just need a very tiny burn here. That should be enough. Okay, let's warp to the sphere of influence switch and prepare everything for aerobraking. Okay, almost there. Okay, the periapsis on Joule is 105,000 meters. That's good. But can we make the periapsis 120 kilometers? Ah, no. I think we need to. So let's see. How do we get it a little bit higher? Can't I? Why can't I put a maneuver node here? Okay. Let's see which way we have to burn. Okay, it doesn't work here, so let's just fall towards the planet. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's try it again. 135. Let's see. Okay. Face a little bit retrograde, and let's just try to solve it that way. This is just guesstimating at the moment. I really have no idea what I'm doing here. Okay, 123 kilometers. That should be fine. Okay, the suicidal aerobraking maneuver which we have to do to get ourselves into orbit will be part of the next episode. My name is Matthias Weiss, and I hope you enjoyed this first part of our Julian adventure. And yeah, fly safe. See you next time.